Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're diving into a powerful tool for understanding cause and effect: Randomized Controlled Experiments. Randomized Controlled Experiments, often called RCTS, Randomized Controlled Trials, are considered the gold standard for determining causal relationships. They involve randomly dividing a study population into two or more groups, applying a treatment to one group, and comparing the outcomes. It's like having a scientific crystal ball that allows us to peer into alternate realities and see the true impact of our interventions. The concept of controlled experiments dates back to the 9th century, but the modern randomized controlled trial emerged in the mid-20th century, pioneered by statistician Ronald Fisher. It revolutionized fields like medicine, agriculture, and social sciences. It's like a time-tested recipe for cooking up reliable knowledge, helping us separate genuine effects from mere coincidences. Let's consider an example. Imagine a company wants to test if a new training program improves employee productivity. They randomly assign half their employees to take the training, the treatment group, and the other half to continue as usual, the control group. After a set period, they compare the productivity of both groups. Any significant difference can be attributed to the training program, since randomization should have balanced out other factors. It's like having a scientific scale that can weigh the true impact of our actions in a complex world. In the business world, RCTs have become increasingly popular, especially in tech companies. They're used in A/B testing for website design, pricing strategies, and product features. For instance, a streaming service might randomly show different homepage layouts to users to see which leads to more engagement. It's like having a superpower that allows companies to make data-driven decisions and optimize their operations with scientific rigor. The power of randomized control experiments lies in their ability to establish causality, not just correlation. By controlling for confounding variables through randomization, we can be more confident that the observed effects are due to our intervention. However, it's crucial to remember that RCTs have limitations, especially when dealing with complex social phenomena or long-term effects. It's like having a powerful microscope. Excellent for examining specific details, but you might miss the bigger picture if you're not careful. So, how can we apply the concept of randomized control experiments in our daily lives? Firstly, it can instill a more scientific mindset in our decision-making. When faced with important choices, we can think about how we might test our options in a controlled way before fully committing. It's like being your own personal scientist, conducting mini experiments to guide your life choices. Secondly, understanding RCTs can make us more critical consumers of information. When we encounter claims about the effectiveness of products, policies, or interventions, we can ask whether these claims are backed by robust randomized trials. It's like having a built-in fact-checker, helping us distinguish between well-supported conclusions and potentially misleading anecdotes. Lastly, the principles behind RCTs can inspire us to be more systematic in our learning and self-improvement efforts. We can apply elements of controlled experimentation to our habits, routines, or personal development strategies. It's like having a roadmap for personal growth, showing us how to reliably determine what works for us and what doesn't. In conclusion, randomized control experiments are a powerful tool for understanding cause and effect in a complex world. By embracing this mental model, we can become more scientific in our thinking, more critical in our evaluation of claims, and more systematic in our approach to personal and professional development. In a world where separating fact from fiction is increasingly challenging, the ability to think in terms of controlled experiments is more valuable than ever. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your decisions be evidence-based and your experiments well-controlled. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.